Elements are the fundamental building blocks of all matter, and as such they cannot be converted, transformed, broken down, or separated into any other element. We can compare the elements to Lego bricks. Like different Lego bricks, each element has its own individual characteristics. Just as different types of Lego bricks combine to form different structures, different types of elements combine to form different structural units. Substances that are composed of more than one type of element are called compounds. Most of the materials we come in contact with are classified as compounds. For example, water is a compound that is formed from the elements hydrogen and oxygen. Both elemental hydrogen and elemental oxygen are colorless gases at room temperature, but when they combine, they form water, a liquid compound with characteristics that are very different from either elemental hydrogen or elemental oxygen. Common salt is a compound that is formed from the elements sodium and chlorine. Elemental sodium is a solid metal, and elemental chlorine is a greenish-yellow gas at room temperature. When they combine, they form salt crystals, a solid compound with characteristics that are very different from either elemental sodium or elemental chlorine. Common table sugar is a compound that is formed from the elements carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. When these elements combine, they form a compound with characteristics that are very different from any of the elements that compose it. Different types of Lego bricks can exist either as individual bricks or combine with themselves or other types of bricks to form structures. Likewise, different types of elements can either exist as individual particles or combine with themselves or combine with other types of elements to form structural units. Materials that consist of only a single type of particle or a single type of structural unit are classified as pure substances. Water, salt, and table sugar are examples of pure substances. All of the water structural units are identical to each other in pure liquid water. All of the salt structural units are identical to each other in a pure crystal of salt. And all of the sugar structural units are identical to each other in a pure crystal of sugar. Most of the materials we interact with, however, are not pure and are classified as mixtures. Mixtures consist of different types of structural units. For example, both milk and flour appear white and uniform, but at the most fundamental level, both are uniform mixtures of several types of structural units.